How you doing, everybody? You're now tuned in with your boy, You're Quite Familiar again. Today I'm going to talk about mixing down. I know I talked about this topic like so many times, so I just wanted to address it one more time. Today in particular we're going to talk about how you have particular producers or beat makers who make good beats, but when they're using audio composers, for example FL12, which I'm using right now, some producers or beat makers have the tendency that when they making their beat, they will have everything on one pattern, and it might sound good. They might even have a drop in it, like some people patterns that go almost across the screen, and that can range up from 8 to 16 bars depending on how they making the beat and what style of beat it is. And as I repeat, the beat might sound good, but the only problem is most of the time with something like that, you'll probably be copying and pasting it. And a person like me, if I have a good loop, as you would call it, instead of copying and pasting it in the audio composer program, I would go to a recording program, probably like Pro Tools or Mixcraft or something like that, and I would just transfer it by playing it from Fruity Loops and recording it straight into the recording audio software. You can mix it down like that. That's one good way. It is good, but when you're starting off basically just like in FL Studio, the thing is you want to mix it down but have the same feel and effect as you would have a mixer or a digital track board. So in order to do that, one good thing to always do, as I do, you know FL Studio gives you unlimited tracks. So the best thing to do is to take each instrument pattern that you have and put it on its own track. That way you can sit there when you make it a track and you finish the track and you want to mix down the track. It could be for let's say after 16, which would be 45 seconds, you probably want to take the kicks out. So you can sit there and mute the kicks, or you can just erase the kicks at that particular moment, so it will create a drop for you. Some people are not familiar with that because they probably don't try to explore that, but that is a good thing to do. And also, when you have each pattern on its own track, you can set it into its own track board. Now FL Studio do give you unlimited tracks, so you can put each sound, each melody, each instrument, each drum, each snare, each hat in its own mixer channel, and you can properly mix it. Now as you see me going through it a second ago, as I increase the numbers, you see different patterns, sounds, everything which makes up the beat. So it's also easier for me to determine which is too loud, which is too low, which needs to be pitched a little faster, a little slower. You get the idea. This is a track that I worked on. I did it previously. You can find it available on SoundCloud and also on ReverbNation.com/DTM Entertainment free downloads. I'm just going to play it and give you an example of what I'm talking about. It helps a lot, and it helps with the quality of your beat as you're making it. And it's also good, it's definitely also good to have a track board or a digital mixer. It's also good, even though you might have an audio interface, you're going to get studio quality, but you always want to step up to the next level. And by stepping up to the next level, even if you have a MIDI controller, a keyboard, or like I said, an audio interface, anything that you could run MIDI in and that you can use it to pitch, filter, synthesize, quantize, whatever you want to do with that sound or that beat, you can do that. But it's also always good to learn the mixer inside your software and combine it with the mixer or digital track board or analog track board that you have externally. I'm going to give you a taste of this beat. And as you see, even in the playlist, every instrument is on its own track. melody or you have a sample, you can make sure that they're equally level. So your melody 1 is not too high or your melody 2 is not too low. It's simultaneously, symmetrically combined together. That one discrepancy that a lot of us beat makers have, when we put hats in our beat, some people will put the hats in a beat, never take the time to filter it or listen if it's too loud and if it's too low. And if you're using like a standard home studio, an iHome, or obviously cheap computer speakers, they can even range up to like $50. That's still considered cheap. It's better to get a monitor. But if you don't have audio monitors, use what you have, but learn the best way how to filter it. Because like I said, one of the main problems that a lot of us beat makers have, we'll put our hats in, it will sound good, but the thing about it is to level it right so it don't drown out your snares, your crash, your open hats, because your hi-hats, your open hats can sit there and drown everything out. So you want to just write. Also when you're using a mixer, make sure every time you go to make a beat, you sit there and set it to its default settings because of a query like your hats. Your mixer always amplify the quality of your hats. For example, I have my hats down to like 52. You see how clear it is? But that's how it's supposed to sound, because if I had it at default or a little too high, when I increase it on the track board to clarify it, it's going to sound too high and too much. And that's not how you want it. You want it just right. I'm just keeping it real and I'm going to keep it moving on. So, you always want to take the time to make sure you properly mix everything. And then especially when it comes to your 808s. A lot of people put 808s in because 808 kick or 808 bass gives so much of a more car crunking feel. But also when you're using the 808s, you have to level down halfway or probably to 70% or 75. Never leave it completely up or 99 or 100%. Because just your 808 bass or your bass, if it's too high, it can drown out the kicks. It can definitely drown out the melody. And all you got is melody, a whole bunch of bass, and a whole bunch of instruments in the background that can't nobody hear. It sounds like somebody smothering your beat with a pillow. I'm just keeping it real. This is another cool audio tech trick from your boy, Wife Leia, and I'm out.